Hey everybody, my name is Brian Nichols. Welcome to another one of my videos. Today's video will be my reaction to the card that just occurred today, December 29th, 2020, Leap Day. It is the UFC Fight Night, Joseph Benavidez versus Deiveson Figueiredo. If you haven't seen the card and you don't want any spoilers, go and watch the fights. If not, if you already know what happened, stick around. I'm going to talk about them. This will be my reaction to the event that happened about, finished about 30 minutes ago. So let's get right into it. Main event, that is. Joseph Benavidez loses to Deiveson Figueiredo in the second round with 1 minute and 54 seconds in the second round by KO TKO. Let's just talk about the fight first, then we can talk about the after effect afterwards. To me, again, I haven't trained that much in my life. Like, I did some MMA training here in Kansas City for maybe like 3 months. It wasn't that much. I want to get more into it. Actually, I just started my diet up. Again, I want to lose some weight, and then I want to start getting some activities in. Then I want to go do jiu-jitsu. Anyways, I'm just basing off of what I've watched in MMA over it's got to be over 10 years I've watched MMA. Anyways, just watching Benavidez, I feel like he did not have a good game plan. I felt like it just played right into Figueiredo's like fighting style. Like, I think Benavidez was doing good backing him up at first, but then Figueiredo started pushing forward on him, and I was like, oh boy. Like, he comes at you at like a wrecking ball, just hands down, just from the hip, just I feel like hooks to the body, to the face, like. Dude, the dude hits hard. Obviously, he's only lost once, and that was to Formiga, who who has lost to Benavidez, and the dude looks like a walking tank when he just. It's almost like Jessica Andrade when she was knocking chicks out at what was it at the time, bantamweight, and then she went down to strawweight. It's like. And then she's still knocking chicks at strawweight. It's like that's almost what it looks like he's doing at flyweight. And I feel like Benavidez was just kind of playing his game, kind of almost a la Robert Whittaker with Israel. Like, Israel's striking, don't get me wrong, Israel's striking is way above Figueiredo's in my opinion. But Robert Whittaker was kind of doing that whole like karate straight into him. And I feel like Benavidez was kind of going just straight into him. And I think Bisping and Trevor Whitman kind of hinted at it, how he kept kind of going head first and then like left hook, right hook, and then, doing his combination and then backs off. And he just kind of, and then he was like dipping down a lot. And I felt like there could have been a knee coming at any time. Like, granted, I think Figueiredo got clipped a good couple times, but the dude, like, he was even putting his chin out there. I was like, dude, this dude just completely 100% believes in his own chin. Like, to take the shots from Benavidez and not even, like, it didn't look like he really got rocked, but he got clipped. And then, of course, at the end there, yeah, it was Benavidez literally coming in, and I think Benavidez was the one that initiated the headbutt, but he was the one that got the cut, started bleeding, he noticed the cut, and then Figueiredo just went from there and finished him, and it was just like, damn, that sucks. Joseph Benavidez, such a legend in our sport. Like, he's been doing what I think on the broadcast in his little promo it said 14 years. Like, Jesus Christ, the dude deserved it, but you can't knock Figueiredo. The only thing obviously you can knock on him is not making the weight. Like, what is UFC gonna do? Are they gonna give Figueiredo the next UFC shot at the belt again against who? Formiga? Like, I'd have to let me look at the rankings at least. Granted, however, the friggin' UFC doesn't really believe in the rankings anymore. But Benavidez is 1, Formiga's 2, Figueiredo is 3, Alexandre Pantoja is 4. So it could be Pantoja and Figueiredo. I don't think Figueiredo's fought Pantoja. Let me look. Deiveson Figueiredo. If we look at his. Let's look at his record. Has he fought Pantoja? Oh, he has. He beat Pantoja. Okay. Below Pantoja is Moreno. Has he beat Moreno? No, he hasn't beaten him. So, Moreno's number 5. Because he's beaten Formiga. He beat Benavidez. He beat Pantoja. The next one he hasn't beaten is Moreno. So, what are you going to do? Figueiredo definitely should be the champ. I guess Moreno could be next unless they do a rematch. But I think Figueiredo lost to Formiga March 2019. So I guess they could do that rematch. What has Formiga done recently? He just lost to Benavidez. So, oh, he's actually fighting. Oh shit, March 14th. What's today? We're at the end of 2 weeks. Damn, there you go. Formiga is fighting Brandon Moreno, March 14th. Whoever wins that is probably gonna fight Figueiredo for the next again for the belt. Well, obviously Moreno not again, but yeah, that'll be it. It'll be Figueiredo versus either Formiga, a rematch, or Brandon Moreno. Damn. I don't know. I know a lot of people like to hate on the flyweight division, but I think it's fun. I like watching those guys in the flyweight division. So, yeah, that was the main event. Great job, Figueiredo. Supposedly this is his first time making weight. I'd like to hear why his thoughts were on why he missed weight. I want to know what happened there because, dude, you haven't missed weight, and then it's your championship shot, and you missed by 2.5 pounds. Like, how did it happen? You know, something must have got messed up, or their timing with the weight cut must have got messed up, or something. But yeah, this sucks for Joseph B. Like, what is Joe gonna do? Like, is he gonna have to move up, get a couple fights there? And I mean, how old is Joe? Is he 30? I want to say 36 or 37. 35. I don't know. He wasn't hinting at being done when Michael Bisping interviewed him at the end. So we'll see. We'll see what happens, Benavidez. But sucks. Great fight, but it sucks. But so that's our main event. Co-main, Felicia Spencer defeats Zarah Fairn. Round 1, 3 minutes 36 seconds via KO TKO. Yeah, Zarah was actually looking really good on the feet, and then Felicia Spencer just took it to the ground, and that's how she's been winning all her fights, just ground and pound. And I think Felicia, let me look up her. I think her last fight was Cyborg, if I remember correctly. Let me look. Excuse me. No, it was not. Or yes, it was. Yeah, because she just won today, February 29, 2020. Her last fight was July 27, 2019 versus Cyborg, and she lost that. And it was so weird on the broadcast how early in the 2 fights before this, Megan Anderson, they're like, hey, you know, Amanda Nunez is looking for a dance partner for a heavyweight title fight at featherweight. What's your thoughts? And Megan's like, let's do it. And then they asked Felicia Spencer the same thing. It's like, do you guys remember Felicia Spencer beat Megan? Like, what, 2 fights ago? 3 fights ago? 3 fights ago. 1, 2, 3 fights ago, she beat Megan, and then she fought Cyborg. I'm telling you what, Felicia Spencer seems like a nice lady and all, okay fighter. Like, she's doing great. But if you can't beat Cyborg, and Cyborg knocked out, granted, you know, it's MMA, everybody's got a puncher's chance, but Felicia Spencer or Megan going against Amanda Nunez, I would favor Amanda Nunez against both of them. So I think a lot of people would. It'd be a crazy upset if either of them beat them. If I had to pick between Felicia Spencer and Megan, who would have the better chance, because I feel like Felicia's better on the ground with grappling. I feel like Megan's better standing up. Oh, I'd almost have to say Felicia Spencer. Like, I know, was it the fight? Well, yeah, I don't know. The Iron Lady gave Amanda Nunez some trouble in her latest fight, but I almost have to say Felicia Spencer with her ground game, even though I know Amanda Nunez would do everything and anything to keep it standing up and implement her own grappling. But yeah, so that was the co-main event. Fight before that, God, Ion Cutelaba. He seems like a good fighter, but that dude needs to calm his tits, number one. Like, the whole walking across the cage and doing this is great and all, but when you walk right up to the other fighter, like, what do you expect the dude's going to do? Just stand there? Like, of course. Everybody's so anxious. At least the 2 fighters are so anxious. The adrenaline's probably already flowing. Like, you're being announced. And, do what JDS did. Walk to the middle and do your thing. Don't walk straight over. Like, you're just antagonizing the other person. Almost like Conor. Conor used to go just to, like, the middle, and then Conor kept, like, getting closer and closer when he was doing his thing. And I want to say when he did it to Eddie Alvarez, he went further than halfway, and he was, like, just on his side. And I was like, how far are you going to get to, like, your opponent? And Ion Cutelaba just took it too far. And then with that fight, who was the ref? Kevin McDonald? I know the crowd wasn't very happy. Looking at the replays, I'd almost have to see it again in slow time or in slow mo. I'd also like to see this is a time where I think slow mo should have been implemented. Like, I know the ref called it. This is just a whole nother rules thing that whole nother video I want to make, and I need to speed it up. We already got 10 minutes of the video. Ion Cutelaba, like, he was like wobbly standing up. He didn't fall. The cage wasn't holding him up. So that's the part where I'm like, I don't know, but I couldn't see really well. And Kevin McDonald, I know a lot of people would give him slack because he's had a couple issues here and there, but overall, he's had a great body of work when it comes to reffing. And I believe his judgment in that, because the way he looked, it didn't look good. It almost looked like he saved him from getting knocked down and getting knocked out. So I don't know. I think it was the right call, but I'd almost have to see it a couple more times in slow-mo and stuff and see Ion's face and see how he was before making a change in the decision on that. We'll see. I don't know if he might try to go to the Virginia Commission, and see if he can try to get that overturned, but I don't know. Fight before that, Megan Anderson versus Norma Dumont. Megan won that with a round 1, 3-minute 32-second KO straight down the pipe. And I want to say, I heard James Krause in her corner, because James did Grant Dawson the fight before this as well. And I think James Krause called for a 2 to the body. And I saw her throw the right hand to the body, and then right after that, right hand straight down the pipe, and just bam, right in the nose, just straight down. It's always those ones, I feel like, when it hits them and then it like goes down the face. I feel like those are always like either the stun them shot or the KO them shot. And that's what she landed on Norma. And I liked how on the broadcast they were saying Norma was like, oh, I should be fighting Amanda Nunez. Not after that. Not with that kind of... she looked okay trying to grapple with Megan, but she didn't get really anything off. And then Megan just got that punch that straight down the pipe on her. So great win for Megan. Again, I don't think she's ready for Amanda Nunez. Get a couple more of those, featherweight fighters come into the UFC, beat a couple more of those, then maybe. I don't know. Fight before that, Grant Dawson gets a win over Derek Minor. Supposedly Minor had a week's notice. I looked. Grant Dawson and Chaz Skelly were supposed to fight in this card. Chaz Skelly pulled out with injury. They were supposed to fight previously a couple cards ago, and Grant Dawson had to pull out. I never heard why Grant Dawson had to pull out. But for today's event, Grant Dawson, Chaz Skelly was supposed to fight. Chaz Skelly had to pull out injury. So now that this Derek Minor filled in, and he looked good. Like, I know on the broadcast, Bisping was talking about how he wasn't looking tired at all, and I agree. Like, he didn't look tired at all. And Grant Dawson just implemented his game and got that submission in the second round. He was looking good. So great 2 wins for the Kansas City team here for James Krause and his team with Glory MMA, with Megan Anderson and Grant Dawson getting a win. Let's see. On the prelims, I was kind of busy a little bit on the prelims, but I did watch the majority of them. The Kyler Phillips and Gabriel Silva, I don't really have much to say about this one. That went to decision. Nothing really stood out to me here, so I don't have much to comment on that. The fight before that, Brandon Allen getting first round finish over Tom Breeze. Tom Breeze, dude, I know he was a beast, and he's from the UK, and definitely I completely forgot about him, to be honest. And then I saw him on the card. I was like, shit. He kind of didn't look himself. When's the last Tom Breeze's fight? Tom Breeze, let's see. Because he hasn't fought in a while, I feel like. 2018, May 2018, so almost 2 years. He fought Daniel Kelly. Wow. And we all know Daniel Kelly was kind of going out the door as it is, and he won that. And then before that, he fought Sean Strickland 2016. Damn, dude. In 4 years, he's had 2 fights. Whew. Yeah, I don't know. So now he's 11-2. Yeah, I don't know. Tom Breeze, he needs to get more activity. I don't know if he was injured. I don't know. But Brandon Allen looked good, so nothing to really talk about there. The heavyweight bout between Marcin Tybura versus Sergey Spivak. Nothing crazy there. Marcin Tybura just implementing his game with grappling and got the win there. So Spivak, I feel like his in-ring IQ, his fighting IQ needs to kind of work on that just a tad. I feel like he was doing some things he shouldn't have, and let Tybura get the takedown and everything. But good win for Tybura. I mean, I haven't seen either of them in a while, so it's good to see them both in the cage. Fight before that, Luis Pena, good old Violent Bob Ross, won a fight against Steve Garcia. I want to say they said this fight was also Steve Garcia stepped up or something. Luis Pena, I want to say he's a good prospect. I want to say I don't think he'll be. I don't know. I don't think he has championship. Maybe. I feel like he has a good upswing, but he just needs to keep cooking, because the dude looks crazy. You know how when Bruce Buffer announces John Jones and he says, what do they always say? Like, oh, he's a grappling fighter. And they say for John Jones, look-see-do. I feel like that's Luis Pena, look-see-do. He looks and sees something, sees an opening, and he goes and fires against that opening. I feel like Luis Pena. Obviously, I'm not saying he's the next John Jones or he is John Jones. I feel like that's just his fighting style, and he's super fun to watch. So that was really good, even though I went all 3 rounds. It was a lot of back control by Luis Pena, just Steve Garcia, just trying to strike from the back, like doing this. Like, this is not going to get you. Number one, that's going to get you submitted, rear naked choke. Number two, like, that's not going to win you the fight. It's not. You need to get out of the triangle, the leg triangle, and work out of that. Instead, Luis Pena just kept trying to get submission, and that's how the fight went. So, next fight before that, Jordan Griffin versus TJ Brown. Jordan Griffin won this. It was second round, 3 minutes 40 seconds with a sub. That fight was pretty fun. TJ Brown and Jordan Griffin, they brought it, and great fight. Jordan Griffin, I'm trying to remember how the fight was so long ago. I'm starting to forget what it looked like, because these were the fights I kind of missed. I mean, it was a great win by Jordan Griffin. Like, they both looked really good from what I saw, because I want to say I only saw the replays. It was this, and then the fights before that, I didn't really see much, so I won't comment on those. But good win for Jordan Griffin. Like, I think they both came off a Contender Series, so they both look good. So we'll see how they do in their UFC career. But that's about it. Quick little video of the card. I think we have. Let me look and see what else we have. Oh, next weekend we have the UFC pay-per-view. It's Israel Adesanya versus Yoel Romero, and then the co-main I think is Joanna Jędrzejczyk going for the belt again against Weili Zhang. So that'll be fun. I think Invicta is next weekend. Oh, I should go to that. I think that should be Friday night. Yeah, it's in Kansas City. It's one of their Phoenix series, so it's their one-day tournament style where they'll have each the tournament bracket will start at the bottom, where each fight will only be 1 round, and then the next like the what would you call this? Like the semifinals is 1 round, and then the finals is 3 rounds. So they almost have a 5-round fight. So I might go to Invicta. There's also LFA the same night. Cage Warriors is going on next Saturday, as well as again the UFC pay-per-view. So we got some good fights coming up next weekend. There was Alaska Fighting Championship this week, and I missed it. I want to go back and watch that. Maybe I'll do a video about that as well. But again, thanks for watching. Hope you had a good night of fights. Hope you had a good weekend. These weekends are flying by, man. Before we know it, pray to the MMA gods that nothing happens to Khabib and Tony Ferguson, because God, I want to see that fight. I really wish I could go to Brooklyn and see it, but I looked at the tickets, and super expensive, so I might skip out on it. I tried to go to it last year, and then of course it fell through, so oh well. But yeah, thanks again for watching. If you like the video, hit the thumbs up, leave a comment, subscribe, all that jazz, blah blah. Again, I'll link some stuff at the end of my other work. So thanks again for watching. Have a great night. Talk to you next time. Peace.